Paul's journey. Paul travelled all round the eastern part of the Mediterranean, telling people about Jesus and founding churches in many different places. A large portion of the New Testament is made up of letters he wrote to Christians in these places. The letters are known in the Bible either by the name of a single person he was writing to, such as Timothy or Philemon, or by a group name based on the place where they lived, such as the Ephesians, who were the people of Ephesus. Paul's first missionary journey reached Cyprus and modern-day Turkey. With Barnabas and John Mark, he started at Antioch in Syria, from where he went to the coastal town of Seleucia. From there they crossed the sea to Salamis on the island of Cyprus, then to Paphos on the other side of the island. Then they crossed the sea again and sailed to Perga, travelling to Antioch in Pisidia, and then on to Iconium, Lystra, and Derbe. They then retraced their steps back to Lystra, Iconium, and Antioch in Pisidia, went on to Perga in Italia, and then sailed back to Antioch in Syria. Paul's second missionary journey reached as far as Greece. Again, he started in Antioch in Syria, this time travelling with Silas. He travelled back to Derbe and Lystra, where he met Timothy. The three then travelled to Iconium and Antioch in Pisidia, and then to the Asia Minor port of Troas. From Troas, they sailed to Neapolis in Macedonia, and then travelled to Philippi, Thessalonica, and Berea. Paul then travelled alone to Athens and Corinth, where he met Aquila and his wife Priscilla. The three sailed over the sea to Ephesus. Paul then sailed alone to Caesarea and travelled to Jerusalem before returning to Antioch in Syria. Paul's third missionary journey started again in Antioch in Syria. He started as before by going via Tarsus to Derbe, Lystra, and Antioch in Pisidia. He then travelled to Ephesus, round the coast, past Athens, back to Corinth, up to Thessalonica, then to Philippi, and back by sea to Tyre, down to Caesarea, and then Jerusalem. Paul's final journey started in Caesarea. Paul journeyed to Tyre, and then he went by sea to Crete, then Malta, up to Syracuse in Sicily, and on by sea to Rome, where he was held under house arrest and eventually put to death by the Romans. There are lots of stories about Paul's adventures, one of which happened on Paul's final journey to Rome. Paul had been arrested by the authorities, and it had been decided that he should be taken to Rome to be put on trial. The ship that was carrying Paul came into a very heavy storm. The sailors were frightened that they would die. They took down the sails and threw everything they didn't need overboard to try to stop the boat from sinking. Paul calmed everyone down and told them that no one would die. Eventually, the ship came near to the island of Malta. Everyone from the ship managed to get to shore, but it was raining and very cold. Paul had gone to gather sticks so that they could light a fire and was attacked by a viper, a particularly poisonous snake whose bite was known to be fatal. But Paul was unhurt and shook off the snake. There was not even a mark on his hand. The people were all amazed, and local people on the island started bringing those who were unwell to him so that he could heal them.